One of the guys with a fetish for women's farts. What the fuck?
Dude, where else will he confess that?
No,
He has nowhere other place to confess this.
that should stay with you till the grave,
Yeah.
dude. It's one thing to have a fetish.
Yeah.
It's another to like farts. Yeah.
Had an affair for the wrong reason. His wife has cancer.
Jesus.
I recently had an affair with the wrong
Cheat on your
reason.
bald wife.
So my wife has cancer. Would I cheat on her?
Yeah, but she's bald.
I
She looks
don't
ugly.
think so.
She
Cause that'd
looks
be
like
too
an
sad. That'd be too sad.
But you're horny.
I would watch porn and jack off, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we were preparing for all these years. To be able to not cheat on our wives.
I wouldn't. I'd actually just jack off and watch more.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That's all you need.
There you go.
Unless-
Ladies, we're not gonna cheat on you. We're just gonna watch porn.
And he tells you, I got essayed when I was 7 years old,
Yeah.
and I don't care. I don't feel anything about it, but I remember everything that happened
I would ask,
clearly.
what did he do to you?
She tells you,
Since you remember so good. Why does that sound so...
mean and
aggressive?
sexual. That sounded very.
No, I need to know what he did. I need to know what he did.
That sounded so weird.
Yeah.
Since you remember so fucking well.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, hell yeah.
I deleted the Peje podcast to make up space for this one
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
because I cropped it from my 10-minute podcast from last podcast
Yeah.
that I made it like this joke segment where that Miguel quit and I was alone. I had to chop it.
Holy fuck.
God damn. So I had to chop that because it was just too long to send it to Miguel to edit. But in that part, I was explaining how we already had 2 guests that were so ass. We had to cancel 2 episodes. So that we've been pretty consistent, but
Yeah, guys, we got fucked over by the guests.
we would be even more consistent if it wasn't for that.
If people were real human beings, we would have posted 2 more episodes than the ones we already have.
Yeah.
So that's sad.
It
Anyways,
sucks ass puto.
If you're a real human being and want to be a guest in the pod, DM the pod.
I texted Anasueli again.
Holy shit, you gonna believe that? And
What?
Did she,
Wait, what? Why?
did she reply?
No.
Yeah.
This time I said, please. Because
Okay, yeah.
the last one was, you're next.
That's weird.
Why is that weird?
Imagine you're a girl
Yeah.
and somebody DMs you
But I sent a photo
with a photo of your brother.
of the 3 of us.
Okay, of your brother in a podcast.
I mean, we can say her name because we literally had Lucas banned
Yeah, so
her brother on the podcast.
yeah, I think we should have Lucas banned again. If he's not the only real human.
But he's too
being.
Christian, you know?
Yeah.
No, like I loved having him, but he's too Christian.
Yeah, I understand that.
What do we have to talk about, bro?
I mean, it's like having Myunsu, bro. You just poke him around until he
You know
replies.
Misu's here?
Still?
Yeah, I text him all the time.
When is he leaving?
And he's still the same. Like, he still kills your jokes.
No, I believe that.
Because I told him I want you to officiate my wedding.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, you know
No.
that takes a course, right? No, I mean, you know that takes like a degree or something, right?
No, I
A license. He was like,
Okay.
you know it takes a license, right? And I was like,
No.
yeah, but don't you want one? He was like, no.
Jesus, Myunsu.
Anyways, dude. Guys.
Anyways.
So prepare for next episode because we're doing a live, first time ever live podcast. We should make a post on Instagram too.
That's literally what I told you.
Really?
Yeah.
You said we should announce it on the here.
No, we should announce it on IG.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we both.
We'll make a post that says live podcast and then the exact time and date.
But yeah, guys, next podcast is gonna be a live, one of a kind.
And you can't arrive late because since we're posting at the exact time, they're gonna be logging in at the exact
We
time.
have to be early.
So you have to be early.
I'll try. I haven't been consistent with my earlyings.
On Sundays you get busy now.
I don't know why.
So let's go back to Saturdays.
I'm just,
No. Damn.
We could. Yeah, we could.
Oh, okay, let's go to Saturdays.
I'm
then.
just ultra busy every day now. Oh, Jesus, Miguel. Okay.
All right, Miguel.
Whoa.
So guys, this episode we're doing divorce stories.
Divorce?
No. We're doing pedophile stories. Why is there so many selfies? I took screenshots of the stories. No, we're actually doing...
No, answer my question.
We're doing confession stories.
How many selfies do you take a day?
0.
A month?
Oh wait, a day? Probably like 5.
5 selfies a day?
Yeah.
Why?
Cause I text my mom during class.
And you send the pictures of yourself?
Yeah, I send her a photo of me if I'm bored or if I'm.
Have you
Sick. What?
taken more pictures now that your camera is fixed?
No, cause this was yesterday,
But I mean, yeah,
so I haven't had time to take photos of me.
okay. Yeah.
Just here while I was waiting for you, cause it was golden hour and I wanted you to see me.
And I saw you. But
Yeah.
you sent them on one-time view, which is pussy.
What the fuck, dude? They were thirst traps.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
I mean, I love it,
Of course they were.
but there was no reason to do that.
Well, I thought you understood that they were thirst traps and you didn't want to see that anymore. All right, bro. So
All right.
we're doing the worst confession stories of all time.
Confess to me.
So some of these I read to make sure they're good, obviously,
okay, so
and some of these I haven't.
is this like Catholic style?
What the fuck?
You know, confessions. Would you ever do that?
Oh, like Daredevil?
I don't know.
No, so he does that.
So would you do that and tell him I killed 20 kids?
Yeah. I mean, he can't denounce me, right?
I don't know.
It's illegal. They make an oath. It's
Okay.
illegal and it's against their oath.
So if he denounces you, who goes to jail? Him for being illegal or you for being illegal?
Him. There's no proof.
But
I
you
just
told
said it.
him.
I just said it. Now prove it, buddy. You broke the law.
I
You know what I'm
guess-
saying?
I guess that's true.
He goes to jail, and I laugh at him. Now, would you do it
Confess?
if you raped 3 women?
Would I tell him I raped 3 women?
I mean, he can't hurt
Yeah,
you.
he can't hurt me.
There's nothing he can
He
do
can
to you.
cry and tell me I'm a piece of shit. But he
They can't do that either. They have to give
they're
you.
supposed to listen, no?
No, they can talk back to you.
So, what are they supposed to say? Like,
They can give you advice.
What the fuck kind of advice are you gonna give me? I made 3 kids. Give me some advice.
Okay, so you raped 3 kids?
Wait a minute.
No, let's roleplay. Let's roleplay.
Okay, so you're the priest.
I'm the priest. I'm the priest.
I walk in. I sit down.
Hello, my child.
What's up?
No.
Oh,
We're gonna do this respectfully.
Good morning, my steamed. What do you call it?
Uh,
Confessionist? Confessioner?
I don't know. I don't know what you call it.
I'll just say my pope.
All right.
Good morning, my pope.
Well, he's not the pope.
I know.
He would have to say, "I'm not the
My
pope."
priest.
All right.
My
Okay.
priest.
Okay, my child. What can I do for you?
I have a serious confession to make.
I'm here to listen to you. Tell me.
In the span of a month, I've raped 3 women of varying ages.
What are the ages?
Now, they're all above 23. The
And-
oldest one is 45.
So.
She was a cougar.
No.
You're laughing, creep.
Oh no, my bad. I forgot. Okay, rewind.
Rewind. She was
So-
a cougar.
Can you clear it up for me? What their ages are? So the one's 23, one's 45. What's the second one?
I don't know. All I know she had 3 kids. That's all I know. I didn't ask for her age.
So,
Oh, my priest.
what led you to do this, my son?
I don't know. I just, 2 a.m. The alleyway was empty. I just had a carnal, inhumane urge.
So I hear in your voice that you don't really feel shame for this, and you don't really repent.
Should I feel shameful?
Yes.
How could I repent?
Yes. It seems like you don't care.
How could I repent? I'm here talking to you, so there must be some shame involved.
Well, you're also getting it out of your system to release this.
Okay, I'm
Doesn't mean
released.
that you're regretful.
Okay, so you don't think I regret it?
No.
That I feel guilty?
No, your body language vocally is telling me that you don't feel bad.
Okay, so you just won the lottery. I do not.
Yeah.
But what does that have to do with anything?
If you're not sincere about your apology, I can't help you.
I haven't even apologized. I just told you what I did. And I need some advice.
No, I'm not here to give you advice on how to get away with rape.
I don't want to get away. I want to be cleansed.
Okay, so what you should do
Yes, priest.
is go to the police department and confess your sins
Well, you know I'm not gonna do that. So you
to
have
pay
give me
for what
another
you've
option.
done. What are other?
How much do I have to donate to your church to be absolved from sin?
15
15
million
million.
yens.
Are you Chinese?
Yeah, I'm Chinese.
You're not a fucking priest then.
You're
You're a Buddhist monk.
No, I'm real.
Oh.
I'm just Chinese.
Okay, so what bank account, bro?
Well, I can't be doing this.
Show me your QR code.
It's against my code.
Oh, you just gave me an amount of money I should donate to be.
So just show up to church on Sunday and say you want to talk to
What's your name?
Xi Ching.
Xi Ching.
Yeah. And then they're gonna take you to a room where you can do the transfers.
Okay, so this is scammy as fuck. And
Why?
it sounds like I'm gonna be taken to the police room.
No.
And I don't want to remind you, Xi Jinping, that if you ever get to tell someone about this,
Yeah.
I'll know
Okay.
and I'll rape you.
Well,
Okay, Xi Jinping.
No, because you can't come back from that. If you rape a priest, you go to hell.
No, but I would threaten him that way.
Oh. Okay.
Is that clear?
Yeah, just pay the fee and then you'll be absolved.
Alright, I'll come back.
Okay.
So how much is 15 million?
So that's what people do in Reddit.
That's what people do in Reddit? Just type it out?
And it's horrible things. They actually confess very dirty things.
I believe that.
And it's mostly sexual things.
Obviously.
Sexual crimes.
Against humanity?
Against
Relatives?
some of them, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that. Now, what would it take for you to write your worst confession on one of those sites? Because you're doing it for free.
But it's hard. But how do you do it anonymously? Like you can just create a new Gmail, new
You
account.
make a burner account, yeah.
That's too much work to do a burner account. I would just do my real account.
I mean, then people will find out who you are.
Yeah. So
But,
that's what I
I mean,
wanted.
it's not like anyone cares.
Yeah.
Well, what would it take for you to confess your worst sin on a subreddit called Confessions 101?
But if it's anonymous, then who cares, right?
Yeah.
So non-anonymous.
No, you have to sign Nico.
My name.
Oh.
Okay, so shit, bro. You would actually have to pay me $2 million
To confess your worst sin.
because I can never erase it, right?
No.
I can't ever erase
No.
it. Yeah, $2 million.
Even if your account gets deleted,
Yeah.
it's still gonna still stay in there.
$2 million bucks.
Yen?
Bulks. Bolsheviks.
2 million yen?
Mongolian. Yen.
Mongolian yen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that.
Now, what about you?
To confess my worst sin of all time
Yeah.
on a confession.
And I've already seen your worst sin here, but with other people.
Okay, yeah.
Like other people saying it.
Okay.
And they're not getting paid. What if people do this for free?
I think it's a way to release
Yeah.
the shame. You know, just talk it out.
Yeah.
And then see the comments, what the fuck? That's fucking disgusting.
Exactly. That's bad.
But I would never do that because I've learned to live with shame.
Yeah.
And I'm not scared of lying. So you would have to pay me 60,000,
Mm-hmm.
no, 600,000
Yeah.
Liberian dinars.
Dude, that's like $10,000.
No, dude. The
Yeah.
Liberian dinar is equal to the dollar, though. What are you talking about?
Oh, so it's $500,000.
Yeah. I'd do it for $500,000. But I have to sign it. That's weird.
Yeah.
No, if I have to sign it, I'd do it for $5 million.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that shit for anything close to
Now people are getting scared of how bad this is
It's horrible.
because we're saying millions of dollars.
No, I wouldn't like to confess my worst
I mean,
sin.
dude, with $5 million, you can pay for your gold card and be American.
Yeah. That's exactly what I would do.
Yeah. And I only asked for 2.
Dumbass. I mean, you can turn 2 to 5 pretty easily.
No.
Put it all on red, dude.
And that becomes 4. So you're still missing $1 million.
Okay, so then you grab one, and you put it on. No, you grab 1.5,
Yeah.
and 2 1.5s.
What the fuck?
You put one on red. You put on
2 1.5s
It's
is 3.
three.
So you grab 3.
You put one on. No, just 1.5,
Uh huh.
and you put it on black.
What the fuck?
and grab a chip that says 100K
Yeah.
and you put it on 0.
But that's hard.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Unless you've seen all the signs of God.
Unless you are endowed and
There's actually there's an episode in The Leftovers,
I've never seen that show.
which is the best show ever made by far.
The Leftovers.
Yeah, by far.
Is that like The Bear Part 2?
No, The Bear is probably like top
three?
20-ish. But this is
And
top 1.
The Leftovers.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's an episode where there's a priest.
I love episodes with priests.
Yeah, so there's a priest and his wife has like vegetable state.
Oh, she's a vegetable.
Yeah.
Then that's
Wait, that actually has nothing to do with the gambling, but basically they're gonna close his church. They're gonna close his church.
because he's out of money.
Yeah.
So he goes
And
to the,
I forget exactly the numbers, right?
Yeah.
I think he needs like what's 40 times 4?
160.
All right, so he needs 160,000,
Yeah.
right? So he goes back to the place that somebody that cared about him a lot left him $40,000. So he dug it up. And he had 40,000,
And you have to quadruple that.
and he had to quadruple that. So basically, he sees all these signs from God.
Like you should go to a casino.
Yeah, like he sees like a bird go to the casino,
Yeah.
and then he's like, oh, he gets the idea. So then he goes back home and he's like, hey, how am I gonna make sure that I get the 4x? So then he starts seeing all these other signs, and he's like, oh, I understand it now. So he goes back and he does exactly what the signs of God told him,
Yeah.
and he quadrupled it. And he just cashed out. He goes,
He cashed out.
yeah.
I wouldn't be able.
I mean, that's all he wanted. He just wanted his church back.
Yeah, I guess.
So he gets on his car, and right as he's getting into his car, a guy opens the door. And he's like, give me all the fucking money.
Fuck no.
So he takes it.
Oh.
He takes it
Fucking
here.
pussy.
What do you mean? He just beats him up. It's a priest.
And
he takes it.
I guess.
But then the priest, like, wakes up from his...
Coma.
Not just from his knockdown.
Uh-huh.
And he becomes an animal.
Okay, so he's dead.
And he, like, runs to him and gets his money back.
Okay.
And then he goes. And he's driving to his church.
And he crashes.
And then I won't say anymore. Just to not spoil.
Okay, so I like that idea.
Okay, so that's my story.
So that's your story. So, if you quadrupled your money,
Oof.
would you be able to stop and cash out?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
How do you know?
Because I know I would get money hungry.
Nah, and also, dude, by the way, since last week you inspired me to not jack off for a week,
Yeah.
I haven't jacked off for a whole week. And that's what friendship does.
The exact opposite happened to me.
That's what friendship does. You push me,
Yeah.
and I push you.
As soon as you said I jacked off today,
Yeah.
I jacked off. When I went home.
So that's also what friendship does. Dude. If one falls down, the other one is more likely to succumb.
Fall down, yeah.
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 So now it's gonna be the inverse again,
Probably.
and the cycle continues.
No, because I haven't jacked off.
What do you mean?
I jacked off yesterday.
Exactly.
So you
So
shouldn't.
this week you jacked off twice,
Yeah.
and then I jacked off 0.
I'm sad about that.
Now the following week,
It's going to be me 0
Yeah.
and you 20.
20. Who knows?
I mean, who knows?
Nobody knows.
Maybe you got a girl.
And maybe I'm infertile.
What would you do?
What would I actually do?
Like dead ass. You actually want to.
I think I would adopt a
You would
child.
adopt?
I think I would, yeah.
I don't know if I would adopt.
Because I can't die not being a father.
Yeah, but it's not yours.
Or maybe I would pay for like the most expensive Elon Musk surgery on my penis
Yeah.
and become fertile.
You think there's a surgery where you can revitalize your penis?
No. There isn't.
I mean, there may be a secret Masonic
But maybe in 20 years there might be. Or I'll do a ritual. I'll try those two, and
It's
if
probably a ritual.
that doesn't work, then I'll adopt.
Yeah, I mean,
And that makes me look horrible. That I said I would do a satanic ritual before I adopt.
me too. Honestly,
Yeah.
if my wife wasn't fertile,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
You
even-
cheat on her. I know you.
Yeah, but like consensually, so we can get a child.
Yeah. There's a story like that here.
Before adopting, I would do that.
There's a story like that here. Maybe we should start with that one.
We should start with that one.
All right, so this one's called Had an affair for the wrong reason. His wife has cancer.
Just like in the Bible, no?
Like who?
Abraham.
Job?
You know how Abraham and his wife couldn't have kids because she was too old.
Yeah.
So he went with the other one.
A young one.
Yeah, to get a kid.
But young for them is like 100, bro.
Yeah, but
Is this true?
yeah.
So what happened to the woman, the older woman?
At the end,
She also gives birth.
God granted her the wish
So what was the point of smashing the young hot chick?
because God haven't given her the wish yet,
Oh.
and they wanted a kid now.
So what made him give it to her later? The grant.
I don't know. God works in mysterious ways.
No, but like what? Why did she do to then earn the gift of having
She
a child?
prayed, dude. She was faithful.
Oh.
She didn't get mad when Abraham went with the other woman to get kids.
What is Miguel trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just like showing the parallels.
Yeah. But why did she pray after that?
Because she still wanted to have a kid of her own.
But she was also praying before, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how God works. Dude.
No one knows how God works.
I can't explain.
But
it.
anyways, let me read this.
Yeah.
Had an affair for the wrong reason. His wife has cancer.
Jesus.
I recently had an affair with the
Would
wrong
you cheat on your
reason.
bald wife?
So my wife has cancer. Would I cheat on her?
Yeah, but she's bald.
I
She looks
don't
ugly.
think so.
She
'Cause
looks
I'd be
like
too
an
sad. I'd be too sad.
But you're horny.
I would watch porn and jack off, dude. Maybe that's what we were preparing for all these years. To be able to not cheat on our wives.
I wouldn't. I'd actually just jack off and watch more.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That's all you need.
There you go.
Unless-
Ladies, we're not gonna cheat on you. We're just gonna watch porn. Now that might be cheating for you. Who knows, dude? Do you think it's cheating?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit.
No.
No.
Do you think it's cheating for like
I mean, if I call my wife...
for you?
No.
Like for a guy to watch porn, is it cheating?
I mean, it depends.
And then for the woman also.
It depends.
I wanna know. Or do you think it's both cheating?
I think you can only do it if you can't fuck them. You know?
Oh, I understand.
If you can't have intercourse, then you're allowed to watch porn.
Both.
Both ways.
Okay.
Or if I'm a vegetable
Yeah.
and I can't get hard,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad if she watched porn and fingered herself.
Would you be mad if she brought a mold to the hospital and molded your cock?
No, I would be happy.
No, but you're a vegetable, so you can't consent to it.
No, but I'll be happy inside.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather you have a mold of my cock
Yeah.
than get the 25-inch, super 8-inch girth, super massive, right?
Yeah. The super soaker.
Exactly. I would get happier with my one than a super soaker. I mean,
The
what do you
super
do?
soaker
Dude?
2000.
You're in a wheelchair, Stephen Hawking style,
Yeah.
and you see the package come in,
Jesus.
and she's opening it, fucking this big,
And she shows you.
and it's like this big.
I would unplug myself.
It's like this big, dude.
I would unplug myself. That's a good question. How would I do it? Because I can't move at all.
I mean, you can't unplug yourself. You're in a wheelchair. You're not plugged to anything.
But I'm a vegetable.
Yeah, but you're just there like, and you're connected to the sonda.
It would be impossible for me to unplug myself. I would have to train a squirrel to do it.
Unless you like text me telepathically.
Yeah.
Kill me.
I would have to train a squirrel.
Or I think I would have a dog.
I would have to do Morse code with my eyes and train a squirrel to be able to read that.
Yeah.
Well,
You can probably do that.
maybe. Well, let me keep reading.
Keep reading.
I actually wasn't really into the guy. I could have walked away, but his wife has cancer and isn't able to provide anything sexual. So he kind of has a hall pass to find sex outside of their marriage. Once I learned this, I honestly felt so freaking bad for him. He's the nicest guy, staying by his wife's side while going through treatment and just needs some sexual release. How can I say no to that, even if I'm not attracted to him? I was so sad for him that I pretended to be into him and carried it on for several months. We recently officially ended it. Just had to share this with the virtual world since I can't share it in the real world. Jesus,
so
that's
wild.
crazy. This is real stories.
I mean-
What percentage do you think are real stories?
3%.
What? You're gonna ruin the whole episode. Then now people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's all fake."
I mean, they might be all real.
Yeah.
'Cause you have
What
to-
makes you say 3%?
I don't know, just AI.
This doesn't sound like ChatGPT.
No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. You have to be super creative to come up with this shit.
You have to be a writer, or you have to be doing AI to fake
And
this.
ChatGPT couldn't write that because ChatGPT doesn't write explicit.
ChatGPT doesn't talk this. I felt so freaking bad for him.
Yeah, that was. I think most of them are real.
and the storytellers, like the ones that are authors, just trying to make
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah.
They would make this more like
Smutty.
I
they
don't
would
know.
make this more like elaborate. This is too simple.
Yeah.
So
it's
this-
very like simple language.
All right, so after every story, we're gonna say true or false.
True.
All right, so true.
Why couldn't you just jack him off? Why do you have to fuck him?
Yeah, I mean, we also have to discuss the morality.
Like, okay.
So what do you do with this?
If I'm this woman,
No, if you're a man, if you're you, and
my wife has cancer.
no, and your coworker's husband has cancer, so he can't pipe her down.
So I pipe her down.
Will you pipe her down? She needs release.
If she asked me,
Yeah,
yeah. I wouldn't make that advancement,
yeah.
obviously.
No, she just comes to work every day and she's like, "Hey, my husband has cancer," and she's like a really nice woman.
Is she pretty? Or is she chopped?
No, I mean, according to the example, she's chopped, right?
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it. So this woman is a better person than you,
How?
cause she looks past the looks and she's like, let
Just
me
'cause
just
you
let me
feel
just
that
do
you-
it for him.
You don't have to fuck him because you feel bad that his wife has cancer, bro.
Yeah, I know. No, like I
I
don't
think
know.
that's even worse.
Like, but
Because this guy probably thought there was a genuine connection. When my wife dies from cancer, I can probably be with her.
yeah.
But
So you're
no.
saying he's gonna end up cheating after his wife dies or recovers?
I mean, she's probably gonna die, no?
Well, you don't know.
We don't know, but he was probably like assuming in the case she dies,
Oh shit.
there's this woman here.
So you're saying this woman got taken advantage of, and this guy was just manipulating her with his wife's sad story.
No, I'm thinking the other way around.
What the fuck?
Because this woman's just out here because she feels bad,
Yeah.
and this guy's probably falling in love with her.
Yeah.
So, morally wrong from.
I mean, I don't know if she's a good person or not, honestly.
None of them are. Just jack off, bro. You don't have to be asking your female friends to fuck you because your wife has cancer.
Yeah, that's kind of perversion.
That's perverted and weird. You should be so sad that your wife has cancer that you can't jack.
I think we agree that the guy is a bad person.
Yeah. And the woman, I don't know,
I don't know, dude.
because you can feel bad,
She might actually want to help him, dude.
but how sad, how bad do you have to feel to give away your pussy?
Yeah, she must be probably like
You have to be some kind of escort.
she is probably a little bit ran through to do that.
Do you know any women that would feel bad about you? I mean, would you even like one of your friends to feel so bad about you and your wife with cancer that she would fuck you?
No, because then that's pity, dude.
Exactly. Nigga, dude's getting pity fucked.
Yeah. I'll bleep it.
Yeah, you believe it.
I won't.
You won't.
No one heard it.
No one heard it. I mean, yeah.
All right, story number 2, bro.
Just watch porn, bro.
I want you to read this one.
I'll read that one. What does it say?
I know how to scroll to the right. Because it's cutting half.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I feel guilty about not feeling bad about getting SA'd. Now, what is SA'd? Sexually assaulted.
Thank you, Miguel.
Hi, Reddit. No, I mean, I'll skip that. Basically, when I was around 7, now 15,
Yeah.
female,
That's crazy. They're 15.
I was getting SA'd by my math tutor constantly. And because I was really just a kid with this image that the world was all peaceful and adults were all great, I never knew about stuff like SA and all that. In fact, for the entirety of the 2 years which he groomed and did shit to me, I was completely oblivious, and I'm ashamed to say that for a very long while, I thought of him as one of my favorite teachers, who would give me sweets and snacks and was super lenient. So fast forward to when I was finally 12. Quit his tuition when the school started to give talks on SA and those kind of things. I remember my math tutor from all those years who would do the exact same stuff my teacher said, in which we should tell a trusted adult about. And yeah, I don't know, every time I look back at those moments, I try very hard to feel any kind of negative feelings, like even disgust. But I can't. It's like I have no emotion regarding the incident whatsoever. I never told anyone about it in the end, and plus, I had severe depression from bullying issues completely unrelated to the SA, so I guess it was never clearly something that I cared much about up till recently. I have a friend who had also been SA'd in the past, and unlike me, it was a very traumatic experience. Like, I just can't feel anything every time I think back on what happened. And it makes me feel guilty since I know it's completely different for others, and also that I never made a police report when I first realized, or as a matter of fact, told anyone about this. I think it was mainly due to the fact that I was afraid that no one would believe me if I told them that I was getting assaulted, especially since I was still in my depression era back then. And even right now, I still have no idea what to do about it because so many years have passed. There's no physical evidence that he did all those things to me. Absolutely nothing.
Wait, so she wants to report him now?
No, she doesn't know what to do.
Because people are telling her, hey, you should be upset.
So one of the comments says I was sexually assaulted by my badminton coach. And nothing else. Okay, so true or false?
Okay. So what's the username?
50 chance.
I don't know, bro.
So this is literally just a riddle, 50-50. True or false?
Oh, wait. So maybe half of the things she writes are true and half are fake?
I mean, maybe. I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah.
If
Do you think there's people that get essayed and they
not
don't
realize?
feel bad about it?
I
Don't
don't think
feel guilty about it?
I don't think it's something of feeling bad about it. It's more just you don't know.
Yeah.
But how could you not know?
Yeah. I mean, 7 is super young, bro.
Yeah, but you know when someone's
I feel bad
being
for her.
inappropriate, no?
Yeah, I mean, your parents should have told you, hey, don't let...
Like,
people
since you're a
undress.
kid, since you unlock consciousness, your parents tell you, don't let anyone touch your pum pum.
Yeah, like, that should be one of the first things.
That's
I mean,
one of-
that's going to be the first thing I ever tell my son.
Don't let people touch you willy-nilly.
Yeah.
And I'll tell my child, don't let people touch your pum pum.
Yeah. That's the first thing I'm going to tell my children.
Yeah. No one
Everyone wants to rape you.
can...
Never get undressed. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then if he's not stupid, he's going to learn that not everyone wants to rape him, really.
Yeah. And he can let go sometimes.
And
But there's some
eventually
creepy...
he can get undressed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to save him 100 times.
I mean, because if you remember,
Yeah.
then you must know,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Because I mean, if you're 7 and then you don't remember that you got essayed, like, all right, you didn't know what it was. But if you remember clearly what happened,
Then it scars you for life.
you're scarred.
Yeah.
So you're traumatized. You just can't describe it because it was so bad that you just blocked it out of your head for billions of years.
So that's what you think it is? Like, some people remember, some people don't?
I mean, what's considered essay? I don't know.
But she remembers,
Yeah,
and she doesn't care about it.
which is weird. Okay.
So she probably has to go...
Is that like alpha male?
No.
I got essayed and I don't care. I
No,
don't
that's a problem. And that... She probably feels like she's weird.
That's true.
She's, like, different.
I mean, does she feel like she should care?
Yeah.
I mean, you should.
She should go to therapy, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You should not be on Reddit talking about I got essayed and I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
How about you talk to your therapist?
I mean, dude, there's 15-year-old kids that Reddit is their therapy.
Not a good place.
Hell
No social media should be your therapist.
Hell no.
Because that's why so many kids end up killing themselves, I think.
Unless it's... I mean, there's like websites for therapy online.
Yeah, but I'm saying social media.
Yeah.
Social media should never be your therapist.
No.
Because there's nothing good in social media. They're all looking out to do evil things to you.
So social media makes you depressed.
Essentially. True or false? I say maybe.
I say like 50-50.
Yeah.
We'll never know. It's hard to say.
I think she just...
But I would honestly be more inclined to believe.
True.
Yeah.
So how do you feel if you have a girlfriend,
Okay.
you've been together for 3 years, and she tells you this story?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because you've been together for some time now.
Yeah.
And she tells you, I got essayed when I was 7 years old,
Yeah.
and I don't care. I don't feel anything about it. But I remember everything that happened
I would
clearly.
ask, what did he do to you?
She tells you...
Since you remember so good. Why does that sound so...
mean and
aggressive?
sexual. That sounded very...
No, I need to know what he did. I need to know what he did.
That sounded so weird.
Yeah.
Since you remember so fucking well.
No, since you remember, so tell me, tell me what he did. Alright, let's role play.
Okay.
What
You
did
know, he would.
Oh, imagine that laugh. She'll break up with me, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean but that would unlock the part of feeling. So you would help her.
I will cure her.
You would cure her. She would start caring.
She would stop being a psychopath that doesn't care about nothing.
Yeah. She tells you he would put candy in his willy, and I would have to lick it off.
How does that make sense at all, dude? Like,
I don't know.
like a lifesaver
Yeah.
and just stretch it?
No. She just like put it on top.
It's gonna fall off.
No, like with.
If you lick, it's gonna fall off.
No, it's like a boom boom boom, and he like taped it.
Jesus. No, I would say.
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe if he like covered it with chocolate.
Something. I don't know. I don't know what's SA. What counts? What's the least form of SA you can do?
I mean, it's probably just groping, right?
Like
Multiple times.
I guess just like rubbing you and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
feeling you up.
how far can you go without someone not
'Cause then
noticing?
if it's more than that, it's rape.
I mean, yeah. If you're 7 years old, you know he's pulling out his willy nilly,
Yeah.
right? And you would press charges if it was more than, like, even if you realize later in life. Yeah, it was probably just groping and grooming, and sexual words,
Yeah, maybe he just told her, hey, undress, and then dress again.
and then he felt her up.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah,
So I would say,
that's sad.
that's so sad. That's really sad. I would tell her, I'm really sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
And I'm even more sorry to hear you don't care. Because
Yeah.
I care.
You would care,
Yeah.
or you would just say that.
No, I would care. That's sad. That's actually really
That's actually yeah.
because I care. So I want to take you to therapy. Today.
You're to a therapist.
I would take her to therapy today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would say, hey, I'm going to pay for your therapy.
Just one session.
Because I'm your boyfriend.
Yeah.
So I think I'll be a decent human.
That's decent human.
Alright, bro.
Not that
Now
pure
let's
for that.
delete this one so we don't get mix it up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read the next one.
That's a wild story. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
This one's called I Ruined the Family. I used to sell drugs as a young teen.
Holy fuck.
Mostly crack and little crystal meth. There was this guy that was coming to pick up a large order that wasn't from around here. No, wasn't from around where I usually did my business. We met up at the gas station. I usually did large trade-offs at the gas station. He ended up letting slip where he was from, and I sold him a large amount he asked for. He paid, which usually with large orders, there were multiple people to pick it up. It wasn't customary, just usually happened to have... Oh wait, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Multiple people pick up large orders. But we went our own way. A week later, there was a headline in the town's newspaper. I don't exactly remember the headline, but it went into detail how he overdosed and his wife found him and later killed herself, leaving his 2 middle school-aged children without parents.
So
I have no idea if they were taken in by family. The Facebook pages associated with that town did nothing but talk about the incident for months. I had ruined that family. I think about it sometimes because now I don't sell drugs and I'm mostly happy. I don't really have to try not to think about it, and it didn't ruin me mentally, at least not for very long. He bought it. I didn't force him to buy it. It was his own decision. There was nothing I could have done to stop what had already been in motion. If it wasn't sold by me, he would have bought from somebody else. I don't know. Maybe it's just cold, but I feel like it's true. So he ruined the family, but
did he?
he's like, hey, it was gonna happen sooner or later.
No, probably.
Damn, but that's kind of heavy guilt to carry.
Yeah. Because you know you're also doing bad things.
Yeah.
Like if you weren't a drug dealer, it wouldn't have brushed your mind. You would have seen the headline and said, damn, people really need to get off crack.
Yeah.
But because you're a drug dealer, you're saying, fuck, I sold that crack.
Yeah.
So I guess you do carry some guilt into it.
I mean, he was lucky that he was able to, like, stop being a drug dealer and not get killed.
Yeah.
Because you know how it's hard to escape that.
Yeah, it's super hard to escape. That's right.
But I guess even the people that escape,
I think it bears with you.
they have to carry the guilt of the people they killed.
I mean, imagine those the fentanyl sellers
Yeah.
while they're walking the streets and they see the zombie people.
Jeez.
You have to feel some type of bad.
Yeah.
Because that Rolex you have on your wrist got paid by them.
Damn,
And
that's
look at
another
them.
way of selling your soul.
Literally.
Because you're ruining the world.
You're literally ruining other people's lives for your benefit.
Damn.
And that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But I get why people do it. You know, struggle is struggle.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I guess that's kind of dangerous thought to be like, hey, if they're already buying it from other people, then who cares if I do it? Because then that's probably how you also get into it.
Yeah, that's a dangerous thought because everybody's thinking that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's how
that's
some kids probably start selling drugs.
Yeah, and someone else is gonna do it anyway, so I might as well benefit.
Yeah.
But are you really benefiting?
And then you keep saying that when people die.
And when you get jumped in the streets,
Yeah.
you get robbed of all your ketamine.
Yeah, so whenever you're about to say, hey, people already do it, let me do it as well.
Think about it. Do you want to have to carry the
Murder that thought.
Basically, yeah. If
Murder.
you're doing something bad,
That thought, buddy.
and your only excuse for doing something horrible to human beings is someone else is gonna do it anyways.
Yeah.
You should not be a human being. You should kill yourself, I think.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna be evil, at least have a good excuse.
What the fuck?
You know, Hitler wasn't thinking someone else was gonna start World War II one day, so I might as well do it.
Yeah.
He had like a real intention behind
A
it.
vision.
Yeah. You know,
If you're gonna be evil,
you
ruin the world just to make a better place.
Be evil. Don't
the
do
fuck?
it. Don't do it because someone else would. Well, someone else is gonna do it one day, so I might as well do it. I do it.
Dude, I think if you're gonna be evil,
You have to be a visionary if you're gonna
make
be
sure
evil.
it's such a creative evil that is gonna make the world
Be
have to
reincarnated.
evolve to make it never happen again. So
Yeah.
basically, do something so bad that the world has to create a new system to never allow that again.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
All right, bro. Next one, dude.
I'll read
And I
it.
want you to read this one.
I'll read it. I hope it's a super
Jesus.
sexual.
It actually is.
How many parts does it have?
Maybe 2. I think it's 2.
Let's see. I'm one of the guys with a fetish for women's farts. What the fuck?
Dude, where else will he confess that?
No,
He has nowhere other place to confess this.
that should stay with you till the grave,
Yeah.
dude. It's one thing to have a fetish.
Yeah.
It's another to like farts.
Jeez.
Cause how do you know it's coming out of a woman, and not your taxi driver?
Well, he said women farts.
How would you know? I mean, you're in the Uber with your girl, and the Uber driver.
You know when someone farts, dude.
No, but it's a silent one. So how do you know it was your girl's smell or the Uber driver's smell?
Well,
Do you just sniff it anyways and find out using your radar?
you can't take the risk. You have to roll down the window.
Yeah, I guess you only do it in like sexual play, when you're all alone at home and you just
Dude,
say.
that's probably.
Well, let's read what he says.
He feeds his girlfriend like curry, bro.
Really, I mean,
Curry.
we don't know if he's a fan of stinky farts. He's just a fan of farts.
But how do you ensure that she's gonna be farting?
Yeah,
Beans
I mean,
and
I guess
curry.
there's mostly just a spur of the moment collection of, so it comes off as an incoherent. Okay, what the fuck? It's honestly hard to just come out and say in a non-fetish geared
read that one, by
space,
the way.
especially with the stigma around them. But yeah, I have a fart fetish.
I just looked at the title and was like, this has to be.
I grew up in a household that very much perpetuated the whole girls don't fart thing. Okay.
Dude, is that the real thing?
No. The girls were supposed to be respectful and ladylike, whereas I didn't get the same treatment. I think that's where my fascination with farts began.
Jesus.
Holy shit, you became a fart addict because your sisters couldn't fart. That's weird. Ironically, yeah.
Because your parents didn't let them fart.
All this led to the subject having a certain unattainable significance in my head. Made it even worse when I saw girls letting it rip in movies and TV. Okay. Whenever a fart scene involving a girl came on, I always got so embarrassed over how I felt. This still sometimes happens to me now. Of course, I had no idea what it was at the time, and I did my best to hide it, but seeing it pop up in things I watched only fed the fascination. A lot of them feature girls who actively chose to go against the cultural idea that girls aren't gross. Girls that think they should get to act how the boys do. or simply just don't care if people think they're gross. As strange as it may be to say, the nastier the fart, the more attractive it becomes for me. Holy shit.
Jeez.
And it's because of the juxtaposition between what girls should be like. Over time, I gradually got to the point where
He likes bad girls.
Yeah, I got to the point where I thought, I should really like girls like that. By the time I hit my early teens and figured out that my fascination was in fact a fetish, it was like everything clicked for why I felt how I did. Granted, I'm still not 100% on how it transferred to be something I find sexually attractive, but I understood myself a bit more after that. Unfortunately, I've not really had the chance to explore this fetish in real life.
Unfortunately. Well, fortunately for everyone else.
Fortunately for the women who wants to fuck you, you haven't asked her, fart.
Did he can do that?
I
still think he poisoned them with curry.
I've had some conversations with people online, but nothing super noteworthy. So yeah, that's my confession for anyone who chose to read. Yeah.
Okay, so I thought he was gonna expose his crimes.
Okay, so here's one of the comments. Lucky for you, there are plenty of beautiful gassy girlies.
Dude, no way.
I have no insight on this, but your explanation makes a lot of sense to me.
What the
and helped me understand. You deserve to explore this without judgment if you want. Sex workers would be great to explore this.
What the fuck?
And this nigga said, thank you for the reply. I'm glad to hear you were able to gain some understanding.
Do you know, that's true, dude, escorts probably have all these stories from guys with all these fetishes, bro.
Dude, I feel bad for escorts, dude. Dude, that guy just walks in, pays you $200, fart in my face. Now.
And they probably can say all the crazy kinds of stuff, dude.
Holy fuck. Dude, imagine the first sex worker that got told, let me lick your toes. How the fuck do you feel?
Yeah, because he's offering you to pay triple.
What do you mean you want to suck my toes for $200?
Yeah. And dude, they're so desperate that they don't mind to ask to quadruple the pay.
Exactly.
So then they're also like, damn, quadruple the pay?
But you have to lose your dignity. I've never farted in a guy's face.
Yeah.
I think
that's worse than getting piped down like Bonnie Blue.
Yeah. I think that's true because no one could come up with that story. Bro.
That's worse than being Lily Phillips.
Worse. It's worse than that 1,000 bodies in 24 hours, dude.
No way.
Dude.
No way. Fulfilling fetishes is worse than 1,000 bodies in 24 hours.
People have some weird ass fetishes, dude.
I know.
I think farts is the tip of the iceberg.
No, dude, there's worse, bro.
There's way worse.
Oh, so yeah. I thought when you said tip, you meant the tip of the iceberg.
No, I meant
the tip of the Everest.
Oh, no.
But the iceberg, it gets worse.
Yeah. No,
damn, that's true.
Dude, there must be some weird shit out there.
Yeah. Like blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There has to be dudes that like eating menstrual pussy, dude. There has to be a dude that got an escort that was on her cycle and said,
Well, I didn't see any of those.
There has to be.
In Reddit.
There has to be. Because that's too shameful to say in Reddit, bro.
Yeah.
Like farts.
Gassy girlies. Jesus,
that's
dude.
the fuck it says, dude.
No way, dude. What the fuck?
How do you feel about that?
Dude, I don't know.
Like you go on a date.
How people fall into Reddit world, bro.
You go on a date with this woman, and she tells you.
Dude, what's worse for a child? To download Reddit or download Snapchat?
Reddit. Reddit has a lot.
Yeah, maybe.
Accessing porn on Reddit is so much easier than on Snapchat.
But Snapchat is all nudes.
Yeah, but
that's what Snapchat is for.
Yeah, but you have to know the girl, or at least follow her.
Yeah. So
then there's some type of shame in that, because it's your account and people can see who you follow.
Can they?
Yeah. But if you're on Reddit, dude, on Reddit it's so much easier.
I guess I might have to delete my Snapchat account. I mean, have you ever had Snapchat?
Yeah. When I lived in the US.
Yeah.
I didn't use it though.
I had it for 1 year during quarantine.
Yeah, I feel that.
And then I deleted it.
Yeah, me too. I haven't used Snapchat in a long time. I've never really used Snapchat.
Because I always saw people saying hey, Snapchat's for 13-year-olds, Snapchat's for 12-year-olds. And I don't want to look like a 12-year-old. So let me delete that.
I think Snapchat is for middle schoolers.
Yeah. For sure.
But if you're a kid, definitely download Snapchat and not Reddit.
What the fuck?
You should not be on Reddit, bro.
I cheated on my ex. Story time.
Story time.
I pushed my grandpa down the stairs. Jesus.
Read that one.
I'm planning on beating the shit out of my brother. Those are the 3 I have left, dude. Which one do you want?
I want to read the grandpa story.
Okay. So which one do you want me to read now?
The beating the shit out of my brother.
Alright. My brother is blessed to have 3 kids. His youngest is 9 and has been battling cancer most of his life. What the fuck, dude?
So how is he lucky?
Why does everyone have cancer, dude? Unfortunately, he came back with a vengeance and he's currently in a hospice.
In hospice?
In a hospice.
Okay.
My
Nice
brother
spice.
has been completely MIA. What is that?
No contact. I know this.
I've literally been with my nephew every day since January. My brother and his baby mama figure that Uncle Bobby is handling everything so they can focus on the older kids.
Damn, they just left you the kid.
I get it. They're avoiding having to deal with their child dying. But they rarely visit. His brother is high on pills most of the day. I have no idea how he's going to deal with that when his son dies. I'm infuriated that my brother isn't here. I'm so fucked up. All he says is thank you for being there with my nephew, like I'm doing it for him. I don't even bother to give him updates. My nephew just sleeps a lot and I probably won't make it to April. I decided that when my nephew passes, I'm going to beat the fuck out of
My
brother. Out of brother. I'm going to beat him so badly that he will remember it. There's no way he's getting away with this. So is this a woman or a man? Probably a man, right?
I mean, he said Uncle Bobby, so
So he's a man.
he's a man. I
Damn.
would hope.
So basically,
And basically, they left you the child with cancer.
to focus on the other 2.
Huh.
What do you think about this?
I think you're stupid, bro. How could you just accept a child with cancer?
Yeah.
And can you just not drive him
Maybe.
back home?
Damn. But it's tough to say no to your family, especially with something like cancer.
Yeah, but if you're
But hey,
not-
you want my help with your kid with cancer? How am I supposed to say no? He has cancer.
Yeah, but you can't raise him while he has cancer, while your brother's out there with his kids going to Disneyland.
Yeah, and that pissed him off that he doesn't care. Like,
Yeah,
he doesn't want to ask for updates or nothing, and
Exactly.
rarely visits.
exactly.
Maybe he visited more and cared more.
Like you'd be more fulfilled with like taking care of him.
Yeah.
Cause it's like a two-way thing, right? Oh, but he cares at least,
Yeah.
so I don't mind doing it.
So I think he should do it, right? He should beat him up.
Yeah, beat the fuck out of him.
But do you think the child's gonna die, bro?
Yeah, probably.
Because this was posted 3 days ago.
And if you're getting neglected by your parents,
This is currently happening.
if you're getting neglected by your parents,
Yeah.
sad all day, you haven't seen your brothers, can't play video games.
Yeah.
All you have is Uncle Bobby, who's on Reddit writing about how much he hates his brother.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah, I
fuck?
mean, Uncle Bobby probably doesn't care that much about his child either.
Yeah, he just pretended to care so he could have an excuse to beat the fuck out of his brother. Who
Yeah.
probably stole his girl at prom one
I
time.
mean, he acts like he's annoyed of having the kid.
Exactly.
So you know he's not getting love from no one.
No one. He's just getting fed and told to go back to bed.
That's sad. I mean,
I keep watching the movies, little bro.
wait,
Don't fucking
are these
bother.
black people? Do you think these are black people?
Yeah.
Uncle Bobby,
I mean,
baby mama.
yeah. I mean, if you're saying baby mama,
This is probably black.
if you're saying baby mama, there's like a 95% chance you're black.
Yeah, something about this tells me these are black people in the hood.
Yeah. Exactly. I think child negligence is very
Blackish.
blackish. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna read the. I cheated on my ex,
I'm sure.
and then you'll finish off with that push my grandpa down the stairs.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
Alright. I cheated on my girlfriend for 6 years and I did not know what to do with myself anymore. Dude, let me see if I read this one. I don't think I read this one. This is also a surprise to me. I don't know who I am, and I feel like this guilt and regret has been eating me alive. I was with her since I was 16, and we're 22 now. And it started when she
High
moved.
school sweetheart.
Yeah, and it started when she moved cities to go to school. She
Damn.
moved about 2 hours away
You should break up, no?
after high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why these problems happen, buddy.
Just break up after high school, bro.
That's what everybody should do.
Yeah. Because you know.
But what about Chito Vera, bro? He met his wife like in 4th grade, and they're still together, bro. They seem happy.
So what's the chance that happens to you?
To me, or to anyone?
To anyone.
I mean, it's too late for me, buddy.
No, but like what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
1 in a billion, you stay with your high school sweetheart forever and ever.
Mm-hmm.
1 in 10, they start cheating on you.
I mean, dude,
And you
Chito Vera's podcast
Yeah.
gets like 500 views per episode.
So we're not that far behind.
So, like, if we pull up to his gym and ask him, hey, can I be on your podcast?
He would probably say yeah.
There's a chance we might get in his...
There's a bigger chance of Chito Vera saying yeah, you can join my podcast, than of you staying with your high school sweetheart.
Yeah, no, but what I would ask him is, so you've never smashed anybody else ever?
He wouldn't answer that question.
On the podcast, no, right?
No. Because we don't even know him like that.
Yeah. Because dude, he's a superstar UFC fighter.
I think he would beat the fuck out of you asking that question.
Dude, you might be right.
I would get mad if someone asked me that question.
But I need to know, bro. Because he has the #1 best perfect story of love. He has the #1 perfect
And
love.
especially staying there after your child is born with a disability.
Yeah, because he seems super happy with his wife.
But you never know.
And I'm not saying he cheated on her. Maybe they had an agreement. Hey, this is crazy. We've only been with each other all our lives.
You get a hall pass, I get a hall
We
pass.
both get a 1 pass and we come back together.
But that ruins your relationship, I think.
I don't know, bro.
That could be. Because, I don't know.
That's what I would ask him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And I will carry a gun because he carries guns, so he's so proud of his gun. Do you see the video where he's like fixing his car, and a guy pulls up with a machete, and then he sees him, and he grabs
Glock 19.
no, he pulls out a shotgun from the front seat, and he points it at him,
I have not seen that video.
and he's also got like a handgun in his belt at all times.
Okay, Batman.
All right. And it started when she moved cities to go to school. She moved about 2 hours away to go to a nursing school, and everything was all right until school got the best of her. I did not realize it was the time, but school had become less of a responsibility and more of an obsession for her. Whenever we were together, it was just talks about her school, how she can't watch a movie because of school, can't see me because of school, can't show me an affection because school had taken her entire mind. She warned me it was going to be like this, but how could I have known it was going to be to this extent?
She literally became Whiplash.
Yeah.
You know that scene?
Yeah, I like that movie.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie.
That's exactly what I thought about.
And I saw this video where they like parodied it
Yeah.
to the Haktua meme,
That's fun.
and with AI,
Uh-huh.
and it seems like exactly his voice. The whole scene, there's like 3 minutes,
Yeah.
and he's like, I have to keep Haktuing and stuff like that.
I want to be the
And
best hack tour I can be.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, he's like, I have to listen to the.
Hack tour podcast?
I have to listen to the Haktua podcast, and I can't miss a single upload. And I have to eat lunch late and everything, and I have to hopefully one day get Haktua from a Haktua girl herself. That's what he said. But yeah.
That's funny.
So
You cheated.
after a few months of that, I failed to notice, but I know now she has been dealing with a deep depression.
I cheated on her.
She was barely able to keep above water, and I was selfishly asking for her to give more and more of herself to me. I wanted more of her time to me because I felt like the loved had died. Have you ever felt alone when hanging out with a group of people? That's what I felt like being with her sometimes. Alone, begging to be loved, to be shown any semblance of love in the relationship.
Uh-huh.
It broke my heart to have to ask to be loved. I don't blame her for being unable to match my needs. I just wish I had the knowledge and wisdom I have now.
Yeah. That's a very sad story, bro.
Yeah. It hit a point where I couldn't deal with myself anymore or how I felt. Anytime I tried to tell her how I felt, it feels like she would brush me off and would tell me to just wait. Just wait 1 more year until she finishes up, and she promised she'll be okay. Just wait
3 years and you cheated on the last year.
Just wait 1 more year and we can be together, and she'll be rid of school and we can pick back up on our life together. I couldn't wait because I hate feeling like this. I was alone. I hate it. I hated asking for love. I looked for validation outside of our relationship. When this first happened, I called it a mistake, but it wasn't. I made a conscious effort to betray her. I saw her pictures on the wall, her gifts. Hell, I even wore a necklace she gave me to go see and talk to someone else. I'm still actively trying to figure out why I did what I did. After 5 days, I told her what happened, and I was a coward about it the whole time. I couldn't face her in person, and I told her through a phone call. I'm such a coward for that. I saw her yesterday in person for the first time in a little over a month. To give ourselves some closure to some answers, and she reached out to me first. I always admire that about her. She looks so thin and frail. She told me she lost weight and life has been hard. It's been hard for her to get out of bed, and she's been so angry with me, upset, confused as to how I could have tossed her to a side so easily have disposed of her. I have no excuse for what I did, and I live with the weight of my actions every day. My heart shattered into millions of pieces when I heard that. How could I have done that to someone I claimed to have loved for so long? I told her that I'm genuinely sorry and that her absence is felt, and I live with this deep regret and deep guilt every day. Jesus.
Fucking pussy, dude. If you're gonna cheat, at least own up to it.
I am actively trying to be better. I started going to therapy, keeping a journal, and writing about this. This post is an attempt to try to claim responsibility for my betrayal, to hopefully be able to forgive myself one day, and to ultimately just wish her well. I always love you. I always miss you. And I hope that you'll do better. Surround yourself with people that love you. And I just really hope and wish that you'll be okay. And I apologize about everything.
What a cuck.
Jesus. Dude, this is the most...
Pussy fucking... If you're gonna cheat,
This guy's so sad, bro. He's gonna kill himself, dude.
No, bro. That's so pity wampus, dude. Pity chaser. I
Yeah.
don't know how to say it, but here's the thing. The solution to all those cheatings...
So he really feels super bad for cheating.
No, you don't, bro. You're just saying that. Is keeping a journal gonna make you less of a cheater?
I mean...
No.
He only cheated on her once?
I guess.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. So you
To
can
be crying out for 3 pages long, bro.
Yeah, just own up to it, bro.
Just be like, hey, I feel bad.
She couldn't give you the attention. You wanted attention. You cheated.
Yeah.
All you should have done is just jack off.
he was being a bad... No, she was being a bad girlfriend, bro.
I guess, yeah, she was focused on her career.
Yeah.
You didn't like that, so move on. Find someone else.
No, but like if you feel alone when you're hanging out with her and you don't feel like she's giving you love,
Yeah.
that's also a bad girlfriend, bro.
I mean, yeah.
Just be like, hey, I have too much school. Let's break up.
Exactly.
That's what a decent girlfriend would do.
I mean, as a decent human being, you should say, you haven't been paying attention to me, let's break up.
Yeah.
I don't feel loved, let's break up.
Yeah.
Right?
They were both too scared to just
break up.
let go.
Let go.
So,
And if you don't want to let go, jack off.
oh fuck.
Right? You don't have to cheat. Just
Alright,
jack,
your turn.
just jack off, little bro. Oh! Alright, last story of the day.
Got inside my nose.
I saw that.
What the fuck?
I pushed my grandpa. 24F, been taking care of my grandpa. 90.
What does 24F mean?
24 female.
Good. It took me 5
Hours to figure that out.
hours to figure that out.
I've been taking care of my grandpa, 90M, for a couple of months now. It's been relatively alright, but today we got into an argument. I'm transgender,
What the fuck?
and he didn't understand it, and thought I was engaging in foolishness. That's such a crazy word.
I haven't read this one either.
We were in my bedroom, so I told him to leave. When he didn't and continued to rant about me pretending to be a woman,
Jesus.
and how that's why I can't find a job, damn, I snapped and pushed him out of my room. He fell down and couldn't get back up. At the time, I was too angry to help him. But thankfully, someone else was in the house and helped him. Now he's laying on the couch downstairs. He's gonna have to sleep there because he can't move his legs without experiencing severe pain. I asked if he needs to go to the hospital, but he said no. I feel so guilty. I'm still mad at him, but I didn't want to injure him. Thankfully, my dad is a medical professional and is helping me.
She's a transgender woman?
Yeah.
So a woman with a man's strength pushing a 90-year-old guy.
After getting told that's why you don't have a fucking job. Because you're too focused on who the fuck you are.
So this guy doesn't have cancer, right? He's just an old man?
He's just an old man.
Yeah, I mean, after reading so many stories, you just have to assume that everyone has cancer.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have cancer.
Or someone's cheating, dude.
Okay, so my question is, why is this grandfather mad at her?
Because she's trans and he doesn't accept that.
Okay.
And he's saying you can't get a job because you're fucking trans.
So, she's 24.
Exactly.
That's kind of old to be living with your grandpa and your...
To be taking care of him.
Yeah. Maybe she should move out, right?
Yeah, I mean, find a job and move out. Maybe that's why he's mad.
Yeah.
You're taking care of me instead of taking care of your life. Fucking transgender piece of shit.
He didn't understand engaging in foolishness. Yeah. But, I mean, she's also insinuating that he hates
Trans people.
LGBTQ.
IA too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, I mean, she didn't kill him. I mean, he's 90.
But he couldn't move his legs without severe
He
pain.
might die this year because of what you did.
Probably from the sadness.
Yeah.
How could my grandchild betray me like this?
Yeah, and also the sadness of not moving for months.
Just staying there. Trying to do your leg. Oh!
I mean, you just want to die at that point, especially if you're 90.
I mean, if you're 90, you just want to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my prediction, dude, this guy's gonna die.
He's probably already dead.
I mean, this was posted yesterday.
No, they're probably reposts.
I don't know, buddy.
I mean, that guy's gonna die for sure. Soon.
Yeah, I mean, how long can you really live, dude? No
Especially
one
after
reaches 100, right?
Not a lot of
I mean,
people
obviously
reach
some people do, but
that. Not like that.
that's like 1%, right?
Yeah, and you have to be given a lot of love to reach 100.
Yeah.
That kind of,
Anger guy?
yeah,
Angry guy?
that makes you die at 55.
Yeah.
So you probably die right the next
what
day.
I would say is, hey, since you push your grandpa, and he's gonna die, buy him a good casket. That's a good apology. Because he's not gonna forgive you, just say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He already hates you.
And he probably already felt like he's dying because of how much pain you've caused him.
Yeah. So just buy him a good casket.
And make
Cool.
a good reception.
Go to the funeral, even though everyone's gonna be like, she's the one that pushed him. Do you think? Oh.
Yeah.
So should you still go, dude?
Yeah. You have to have the shame. As a way of repentance, you have to shame yourself.
Okay, go to the funeral, buy the casket, and then I think you did enough. I mean, you pushed him. He was shaming you, so you were pissed off.
So
it's
like,
fucked up.
Like
but
shame for shame.
Yeah, it's fucked up, but you didn't murder no one. So
I mean, you were...
you could have.
could have. You
But-
relatively caused it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's my advice for you, little tranny.
I think don't push 90-year-olds.
And I mean, depends to how tall you are.
Yeah.
If this grandpa's 5'5"
Obviously, he's a grandpa, dude.
and you're 6'2" and you push your grandpa, you deserve to die.
You deserve to die. If
That's
you're both,
fucked up.
If you're both like 5'7",
Yeah, if it's like a tall grandpa, like 6 foot, and you're like a small female,
5'9", 5...
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
forgiveness.
Be shamed.
Be shamed and forgiveness.
But if you're taller than him and strong... I mean, you're obviously stronger.
Yeah.
But if you're way taller than him...
Just a guy.
If you're way taller than him, shame on you.
That's fucked up. That's abuse.
Die.
That's abuse.
That's literally murder.
Yeah. That's murder.
Though you pushed him so hard he broke his hips. Alright.
I mean, those are all my stories, bro.
Those are all the stories we have, guys. The sun's going down.
I cheat on my ex, yeah.
We're running out of time. Thank you for watching.
Dude, tune into the live podcast.
Next week, live podcast. Tune in. Remember?
Tune in and ask us to do stuff and then talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we'll do a live podcast. IRL stream.